Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, David Newman and Joey Chen. You've already stretched our minds and imaginations about what's out there, what's next, and about the enduring power of extra virgin olive oil. I once again am Margaret Lowe. I'm the president of Atlantic Live, which is the team behind this summit. And our purpose here today is to think deeply about our technological future and hear about the transformational ideas that will shape that future. And when we imagined what would unfold across today and tomorrow, we also wanted to make sure that it was a highly interactive, highly engaged experience for everybody here and that you would feel part of the conversation in a meaningful way. So beyond what's happening on stage, we've teamed up with our friends at the website Milk, that's spelled M-I-L-Q, that's milk like the nourishment, and Q for questions, which stands for questions, so it seems like a fitting notion for today. In any case, the Milk team worked with us to create an online forum where you can find books written and recommended by our speakers, and you can also break the ice with one another, answering questions like, if you could fly, what song would be your soundtrack? Or, who is your favorite robot from film or television? I'm actually partial to C-3PO from Star Wars, and am probably revealing my age to say that I also loved the robot in Lost in Space, the one that said, "Danger, Will Robinson." In any case, I don't want to get carried away, but you can also ask your own questions of everyone here, and we'll be posting the questions and answers on screens outside. It's very cool. So just download the Milk, M-I-L-Q app, and get started with all of us. We also wanted all of you to be part of the conversation in the room. I heard you all already beginning to ask very, very good questions. We'll be taking your questions throughout the day. And of course, we're also on Twitter at Atlantic Live. You should use the hashtag #What'sNext100. That's what's next, and then the number 100. One of the other things that we really wanted to make sure happened here today is that we'd meet people who are going to make a mark on the future. So over the next 2 days, we're going to meet students from across the country working to design the technologies of tomorrow, from a drone that takes inventory in sprawling warehouses to an unmanned submarine. We even are going to hear about a robotic football team. With that, it is a delight to welcome our first student, Chris Lenahan. He'll graduate next year with a degree in mechanical engineering from the Missouri University of Science and Technology. David Newman just talked about going to Mars, and Chris is apparently ready for the ride. He's here to talk about his team's work on a Mars rover. And Chris, the floor is yours.
Hello, my name is Chris Lenahan, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Mars Rover Design Team. And let me just start out by saying it would be far too simple to say that we live in interesting times. For we have the opportunity to live in truly amazing times, where we get the opportunity daily to blur the line between science fact and science fiction. The Mars Rover Design Team was founded on one simple belief, that one day, in our lifetimes, we would get to see the opportunity for man to bring life off this planet and into Mars and the universe abound. Now, there are several interested parties in this second space race to Mars, all of them sharing very similar thematic elements, the first of which being that almost all major plans include some type of prototype mission to Mars, where a rover or series of rovers is sent off to test the soil, to prepare human habitats, and ultimately prepare the land for human arrival. Now, for most of us, this seemed like the point where these goals seemed a little out of reach, a little unattainable, and a lot of us wondered if this was just going to stay an idea, and for most of us, that changed when we saw one of these. Whether it was Sojourner, Curiosity, or any rover in between, these gave us an opportunity and the chance to look again and to actually see this happening in real life. This was a chance to glue ourselves to the TV, and this stopped being an idea, and this started being something that could happen, that will happen, and that has to happen. Full disclosure, this photo was not taken on the surface of Mars. At the Missouri University of Science and Technology, we are constantly driven by one single motto: today, tomorrow, forever. We are using our today to build the next generation of Mars rover. And against the solo missions where we have retrieved data, we have analyzed it, and we've sent it back across the great beyond, these rovers will be designed to do things such as go full speed across a 1-meter jump, to pick up tools, to turn wrenches, and ultimately to help Martian explorers survey the land that so many of us are ready to call our home away from home. At the University Rover Challenge, hosted at the Mars Desert Research Station, we are given the opportunity to participate in an intercollegiate competition focused around the critical problem solving of some of these daily challenges. In order to be the Phobos Division champions of 2016, we were forced to think critically about solutions that we would consider to be everyday, solutions such as digging for soil and testing for its possibility to support life. The robot's fine motor skills, ranging from being able to pick up a tool and take it across to an undisclosed location, given only GPS coordinates and across uneven terrain, to fine motor skills such as unscrewing a regulator valve from an empty oxygen tank and transferring it to a full one. We were forced to think practically and critically and come up with affordable solutions that you can see on Zenith, who we've actually brought with us today and will be located on the 10th floor today and tomorrow. We are also, as a design team, creating tomorrow's innovators, critical problem solvers, and fast-paced engineers. For most of us, MRDT is the opportunity to take one simple step on a long path towards interplanetary travel. But for all of us, this gives us the opportunity and the chance to break away from the molds of the mundane and the monotonous academia and actually do something, actually use our hands and our wits to shape the world around us and to put progress a little bit further so that we can turn all of our problems from unbelievable to achievable. As a group of people, and as a design team, we are shown every day that our journey cannot end with us. We have the good fortune of seeing teams hand off progress and projects to the next people, and we're suddenly made very aware that the new ground that we cover today helps to pave the way for the generations behind us. And that all of our momentum that we carry through does not get lost, but actually spills over to inspire those around us to think critically about everyday problems and to make everything that we do seem a little more realistic and to bring that small glint in the night sky a little closer to home. It is our job as a team, as a group of people, and as a group of friends to show that the progress that we make today does not stop with us. It's to show that, given the opportunity to pull for, given the last chance to break forth from this little blue marble, we can carry beyond our cradle and finally embrace our birthright among the stars. And that's exactly what I intend to do. Thank you.